Yo, what's good everyone? This is the definitive movement guide for Destiny 2. So first off, we're going to start with Warlock. Now, there's a few things you want to make sure you have on before you go actually into a match. So first of all, for me at least, I like low mobility with some of the movement I like to do. I know you can like high mobility, especially if you like to float a lot. I would recommend high mobility. But for me personally, I like lower mobility. It's a lot better for my kind of play style and my kind of movement, but high mobility is not always bad. Second of all, I would always recommend burst glide. This is the best glide for if you want to go fast. It is the only glide that works with the kind of movement I'm doing. But if you want to go fast, when you have heat rises, go strafe glide, and then when you pop heat rises, you can do the same thing, but even faster. But keep in mind, it is very bad. Base form, no heat rises. And also, before you launch into a game, the most important setting I can recommend doing here is if you're a mouse and keyboard, you have spacebar and scroll wheel down or up, whichever is more comfortable, to your jump. And now we can go straight into some gameplay just to show you how I move in Warlock. I have a lot of fun with my chat. Make sure to go follow and join my Discord also in the link in the description, and enjoy the video. Also, first thing, this is for every class, is sliding. So I know people like look at my sliding a lot and they're like, how are you doing that? Sliding is very different in this game where you're not camera locked when you slide. So when you slide, you can look back after you slide. So the main thing you want to do when you slide is look to where you want to slide. So if I want to slide right, I look and then I look back instantly. You kind of have to have like a good sense, if that makes sense. Like you have to have a good control of your mouse, or like you're just controlling where you're looking. If you didn't know how to do it before, just go into a private match, go into the EDZ, go wherever, and just try to figure out how to know where to look when you slide. The first thing about Warlock jump is the base jump. You're going to be wanting scroll wheeling like a lot. Now, if you see how I'm scroll wheeling, I scroll wheel up when I press space to go up, right? And then I scroll wheel down, and I keep my momentum really well. When you scroll wheel down when you're falling down, you keep your momentum. That's like the most important thing I can tell about Warlock is like you will keep your momentum. You scroll wheel up to get like a quick burst. Like say someone's around this corner, and I scroll up, the quick burst. You see what I'm doing? And then next, we can get an Icarus dashing. So if you're doing a regular Icarus dash, it kind of looks like that, right? Like no movement tick or anything. It kind of just looks like this. Now you can improve upon this a lot. So if you wanna make your Icarus dashes look a lot faster, you basically want to get your Icarus dash the lowest to the ground as you can. So as you see, when I'm jumping, as soon as I press space, I'm gonna press Icarus dash. I double tap space just to instantly Icarus dash. And you can go a lot faster with this. Now keep in mind, when you're out of your Icarus dash, you want to do the thing I said before, when you want to keep your momentum. So I'm going to Icarus dash, and I'm going to scroll wheel down after. I'm going to keep momentum, and I can just keep going. It's so much faster. Once you learn how to do this scroll wheel jumping after your Icarus dash, you will have way better movement, like 100% already, just after learning that. Now this next thing, you can do in every class, but it is the best on Warlock because you can combo with the Icarus dash. And I will call this stair skating or slope skating. Destiny 2 is like a FPS dependent game, so the more FPS you have, the better it's going to be. I probably have around like 240. When you're going up to a slope, literally any slope that you can find, you want to scroll wheel down. Now it's a lot harder to like explain how to do it. You kind of just have to feel it out for yourself. But like once you get it down, it is like the fastest way to move in Destiny 2 without like it's crazy. Like look at this movement. Once you figure this out, you are going to be the fastest Warlock in the game. Like I'd say I'm probably one of the fastest Warlocks in the game just because I know how to do this and I compare it with everything else. Without snap skating, I don't really snap skate, but I'll show you how to do it after this. But everything about like slope skating is about feel. Once you figure out how to do it and off of any slope, you'll just be a lot faster. It's all about feel. Like you have to get into a private match, put put in the reps to figure out how to do it, and you're gonna be a lot faster. But it is FPS dependent. I would say at least 90 FPS, and the more FPS, the farther you go. Now, this next thing, I hate this movement tech, but it is a movement tech that is very broken in SC2. It is called snap skating. Now, if you want to learn how to snap skate, it's really simple. All you're gonna have to do is go into your little menu, put on Incinerator Snap. Make sure you keep in mind you know where your super bind is, because when you press your super bind, it's an uncharged melee. So when you're snap skating, you're gonna have to make sure you know where your super bind is. Make sure it's in an easy spot. That's the most important thing. And also when you're snap skating, you cannot snap skate when you have your wall. If I try to snap skate right now, I'm gonna put my wall down. So never do that, because people lose games trying to snap skate when they have their super and they don't remember. So when you snap skate, you're gonna slide, jump, and then press your super button. That's all you gotta do, and it's really easy. The faster you do it, the more effective. And that's literally all you have to do to snap skate. It's super easy. It's super intuitive. It is probably one of the most broken things in SC2 because of how easy it is, and there's no cooldown whatsoever. It is like insanely broken for peeking. It's just so stupid. I wish they removed it from the game, but it is in the game, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. But yeah, that's how you snap skate, and that's pretty much everything on Warlock. And I'll switch to Titan now. So for Titan, the main thing I could say about Titan is you want to learn how to skate. Skating is like the best thing and the most fun thing on Titan, at least for me. Now, first thing first, I would recommend having a movement exotic. Right now I have Peacekeepers. Also, I really love Dunes. Dunes is my second, or my 100% my most used exotic on Titan. Okay, so once you got that down, make sure you have your scroll wheel bind to a good spot. Either up or down. I prefer down. And when you're Titan skating, the most important way to explain how I do it is I do like 3 scrolls down. Now this is how I go the fastest on Titan. I usually try to get 3 scrolls down every jump, because that's the amount of jump I use when I scroll, is just 3 scrolls down. And this is the fastest way I can move on Titan. As you can see, it's the one thing about Titan skating is like slow turning and keep momentum. But once you learn how to get these like three scrolls downs, Titan skating is actually pretty easy. I know it looks a lot harder, but it's pretty easy. The one thing I will say about Titan skating though is just like on Warlock with slope skating, it is FPS dependent. So you will go faster the more FPS you have, and also you will go faster the lower mobility you have. So now I'll get on to behemoth skating. The first thing you want to know about behemoth skating is make sure you have on cryoclasm, of course. And then also, make sure you have a gun that goes to your side when you slide. Now, the easiest way to explain this is like, and the only ones that do this, that go to your side when you slide, is SMGs, almost every special weapon. So when you cryoclasm skate, all you have to do is slide and scroll wheel out of your boost, and make sure you're holding sprint. And this is basically just the Icarus dashing of Titan. It's really good. That's pretty much everything on Titan. There's not too much other like little movement techs I could show you, but yeah. Now I'll go to Hunter. Alright. So for Hunter, there's not too much things you really need to know. Besides, make sure you have a high mobility. I always recommend 100 mobility if you can. Make sure you always go recovery first, obviously. And make sure you put on strafe jump. Strafe jump is the most important jump you want to use on Hunter. But like the most important thing I can recommend about Hunter is like learning how to head bounce. Now I know this is kind of an obvious thing, but there's some people that still don't know about head bouncing on Hunter, and this is like the best way to keep momentum. Hunter is kind of the slowest class in my opinion. The other thing I could recommend you want to learn about Hunter is maybe like, say there's someone holding this corner, I 2-tap them, I know where they are, and then I jump out, peek, and then jump back in, because it is actually so good. And it's really safe. That's like probably one of the safest peaks in the game. The only other thing I can recommend about Hunter is when you dodge, don't ever dodge like going straight. Obviously, you want to always like implement like a curve when you're dodging. Like if I dodge, I always look left or always look right, and that is like everything I can recommend to learn about in Destiny 2 movement wise. Keep in mind, movement is not going to make you better instantly. Movement, positioning, awareness is all things that will help you, but keep in mind, like, Just because you're good at movement doesn't mean you're automatically good at SC2. But movement is definitely the most fun thing in SC2. At least for me, I love movement. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you can improve upon your gameplay and have a lot more fun in SC2. Appreciate watching. If you want to check out my stream, I use all this movement, and I think I am one of the best movement players in SC2. In my opinion. I could be wrong. Make sure to go follow my Twitch if you want to see my movement. I'm always live every day. I appreciate if you come follow, sub, and thank you for watching.